This is the morning video briefing. This is for Thursday, the 21st of December. This is James Spann. Alabama's weather dry through Saturday. We warm up this weekend, and rain will be coming back just in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. A lot of new data in the house, so let's take a look at it together. This is the upper air look this morning. We have a shortwave ridge in place here, an upper low that's west of Los Angeles out in the Pacific. And another cold morning for us, but a dry morning. That's the radar nationally. Things are pretty calm. We've got 22 in Aniana, 25 for Sylacauga, Pell City, Haleyville, Tuscaloosa 28, Birmingham at 31, Huntsville at 29, Montgomery 31. Then we're above freezing down across the southern quarter of the state. Here's the watch warning map around the nation this morning. Got a few patchy fog problems. Otherwise, things are calm. We do note flash flood watches for parts of Southern California and the deserts of Arizona, where it does rain in Southern California. And there could be some thunder out in that same zone. Los Angeles, San Diego, Phoenix, with that upper system coming in from the Pacific. Tomorrow, there is a marginal risk of severe storms for parts of southeast Arizona. And on day 3, which is Saturday, some thunderstorms are possible over much of Texas and points north and west. No severe storms are expected. And again, for now, SPC has no severe weather risk defined beyond that. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days. And again, some pretty decent numbers around here. And of course, this is mainly for late Sunday, Sunday night, and Monday. Rain amounts about 1 inch for the northern two-thirds of the state, and this is suggesting Mobile might pick up 2 inches of rain. So, model fans, here we go, the GFS. This is the 06E run, valid today at 4. Got that upper low that's west of San Diego and Los Angeles. In a zonal flow here and a dry air mass. Much like yesterday, the sky partly to mostly sunny. Highs in the 50s for much of the state, low 60s for South Alabama. Tomorrow, we're still dry. We're in the 60s statewide. This is Saturday as the weekend begins. Partially sunny with highs in the 60s. Great day for the Birmingham Bowl, Troy versus Duke. That kicks off at 11 o'clock Saturday morning at Protective Stadium downtown. So this is Sunday, Christmas Eve. Unfortunately for the snow lovers, the snow zone is really diminished here, from Denver up into parts of Minnesota. There still could be some snow there, but not as heavy or meaningful as recent runs, but rain likely on Sunday from Minneapolis, St. Paul down to Houston and Lake Charles. And some rain could creep into southwest Alabama Sunday afternoon, but it looks like the bulk of the rain will be Sunday night and Monday. This is Monday, Christmas Day. Surface low near St. Louis, above 1,000 millibars, with obviously a wet pattern here. We will check the European, and it's very similar. It's got the surface low a little farther to the west, closer to Omaha. But obviously, both global models suggest it's going to rain at times on Christmas Day. Maybe not raining all day. And again, Christmas morning, if you're looking for snow, western parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, northwest Kansas seems to be your best bet. So let's look at the instability Monday, and there's a little sliver of surface-based CAPE coming up through parts of south and central Alabama, but just not much. And in this configuration, it just doesn't look like severe storms will be a problem. Could there be some thunder? Yes, but severe storms probably not. And these are your temperature anomalies on Monday. Below average for many of the western states around the Rockies, Denver, Cheyenne, Salt Lake City, Phoenix, Albuquerque, West Texas. Above average over the Midwest and the Great Lakes. And around here, a little above average. It looks like we'll see highs on Monday in the 60 to 65 degree range for much of the state with occasional rain. So Tuesday, we get a slot of dry air coming in. And there could be some lingering rain maybe Tuesday morning for the eastern counties of the state, but a decent chunk of the day dry. Highs in the low 60s. Wednesday, interesting look here. The upper low will be swinging through areas north of the state, and with that cold core upper low, this is suggesting there could be some snow on Wednesday of next week for states like Kentucky and maybe northeastern Tennessee up into West Virginia. We're dry down here. We turn cooler with highs in the 50s, and this is a week from today. Thursday, the 28th of December, a northwest flow aloft and a cool, dry air mass with seasonal temperatures. Highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s. Let's keep going. Let's go out 10 days. This is about the limit. There's a lot of speculation about what happens in January, about pattern flips and all this stuff, and inevitably the pattern will flip. They always do. But all this, you got people on the Twitter and the Facebook and everything talking about we're going to have the, snowstorm of the century, and that's just insanity. They're trying to get you to click them and like them and all that. So let's look at the 10 days out here. This is Saturday, December 30th. This is the beginning of the New Year's weekend. And again, we've got shortwave coming through parts of the Corn Belt there. We have a trough that's right below Phoenix. And in terms of sensible weather, it's pretty cold air mass coming into the northern states, a 1,037 millibar high. This is suggesting there could be a few showers west of Alabama, but again, fairly seasonal at this point as that New Year's weekend begins. Rain for Birmingham off the European ensemble. The mean about 1.5 to 2 inches between now and the 5th of January. And here's a look at the numbers coming off the national blend of models. And again, 55 today, and this is for Birmingham, but look at the 60s this weekend. That's pretty comfortable. Mid-60s on Saturday and Sunday, 63 the latest projection for Christmas Day, Monday. And then again, for the latter half of next week, seasonal. Highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s. And if you want to look at the long range, we can do that in terms of pattern recognition. This is the CPC 8 to 14-day guidance. This is for December 28th through January 3rd. Still above average for the northern states, but down here we're starting to see shades of blue, meaning temperatures could be a little below average as the new year begins. So let's check the full disk satellite view this morning. That's the planet early this morning, and that terminator, which is the line between darkness, of course we're in darkness as I'm doing this update here, and daylight. Notice it's not pole to pole, it's tilted at 23.5 degrees. So what does that mean? I think most of you that watch this, you know what that means. This is the day of the winter solstice. I think the time tonight is 9:27 Central Time. But this is the day with the least amount of daylight in the entire year. So for daylight fans, your time is coming. After today, we'll see increasing amounts of daylight, slowly but surely. And that trend continues until the summer solstice around the 21st of June. And when you get to the equinox, that terminator will be straight up and down, pole to pole. But it's always interesting to watch that. But again, this is the day. And so winter officially begins. And of course, for the snow lovers in Alabama, people always ask, is it going to snow? And the right answer is we don't know. And you can look at things, typically in an El Nino winter here, and we're in an El Nino INSO phase. The winters tend to be fairly wet and relatively mild, but there's always exceptions. And the correlation between INSO phase and specific weather is not as tight as some people make it out to be. We'll just have to wait and see. And quite frankly, a wet winter would be a good thing because we're so far behind on rain with the ongoing drought conditions. Hey, good-looking sunset last night. Had some high-altitude cirrus clouds overhead with that low sun angle. And with the solstice today, this, of course, is the lowest sun angle of the year. And it can make for some really, really nice sunset scenes. And we certainly had some good ones across the state last night. So again, we're going to be on the air a little later this morning for our weekly weather show called Weather Brains. Traditionally, we do those Monday nights at 7 Central Time, but I will be taking a week off next week. I don't get many of those, but I'll take a week off, and we're going to record next week's show this morning at 9 o'clock. And Tom Skilling, longtime meteorologist at WGN in Chicago, is going to be our guest. He is a long-time weather warrior. You know, the good ones are retiring. I'm not retiring. I'm just getting started. But Tom is going to be a great guest. He's a very kind person, and he's got so many stories to tell. So, again, if you like weather, I think you'll like that. YouTube.com/weatherbrains this morning at 9 o'clock. And then the audio podcast version will hit the regular time Tuesday morning of next week. And the next book signing is going to be up in Winfield on December 30th. We'll talk about that after Christmas, but that's going to be a good one. We invite you to watch us on television this evening. Of course, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.